Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Helix interior wall sconce. This is the 2074-31. A lot of details, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the height of the fixture itself. That'll be independent of the bulbs you're going to be putting on the top and the bottom of this, coming in at 15 inches high, 4.5 inches in width, and that's really going to be the cover that goes over the junction box in the back. Projection, that's going to be the distance from the wall going out, is going to only come in at 3.3 inches. So that qualifies this to be ADA compliant, which means that any of you guys that are doing restaurants or hotels, that kind of thing, you're good to go on this because it fits into that category. Mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of the electrical outlet box, is coming in at 10 inches, and the cover that goes over this box, this is what you have, is coming in at 4.5 inches square. Let's talk about lamping on this. It's going to be using what's called a candelabra. It's also called an E12 socket, porcelain, one going down, one going up. Takes just a regular screw-in bulb. You can get these pretty much everywhere. We all have history with these. And as far as incandescent bulb, you're going to be limited to 240 watts. Again, one on the top, one on the bottom. And it's a dimmable fixture, so it doesn't matter if you're using LEDs or incandescents. You can put it on a dimmer without a problem too. There's tons of LEDs you can use in this too. So why don't we get this flame tip? There are torpedo. This one's a G16. These all come either clear or like an opaque white, so you don't see the inside. There's also kind of a cool one that Hubbardton's using on theirs, which is called a T6. And the T6 is basically, these are for people that are kind of doing replicas of those old-time radio things, like an old-time radio tube machine, if you want to call it that. But in reality, we use these all the time. They're used in a lot of Hubbardton Forge fixtures because it's a really cool bulb. I got this on Amazon, and that's pretty much where we would kind of send you. Actually, Amazon, or let's say 1001bulbs.com or justbulbs.com. All three of them will have this kind of thing. And you can, there's no limit when you get into this. You could do an incandescent, and again, you're going to be limited to 40 watts for each one. But in LED land, you can kind of do whatever you like. It's whatever is there, because these don't generate heat, they just generate light. So it's up to you. You could find these, let's see, this is, like I said, a T6. I'm not sure the wattage equivalent on this, but like I said, it's cool, and you can really change the look of the sconce by just using different bulbs. I wouldn't be afraid to try some of these too. This G16.5 is kind of neat, and I got this just at my local hardware store. Easy to find. I talk about the color of light coming out of these bulbs all the time. 2700 Kelvin. That's kind of the light that you would get out of an incandescent bulb or a halogen bulb. That is going to be 2700 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. Way on the other side of that is called daylight, which sounds warm, but it's not warm. That's a cold hospital waiting room light. That's kind of like an overcast day. That's that bluish white light, and that's 5000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is anywhere from that 2700 Kelvin up to 3000 Kelvin, and 3000 Kelvin is the light that's coming down on my hands right now. This is the same kind of quality light that would be coming out of a nice incandescent bulb that I grew up with. So don't be afraid to look around for these kind of things. Like I said, it's a dimmable bulb. If you're going for an LED, just tell your installer that you're going to be doing LEDs, so they use the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.